Hello. Much is there we want to say, much is there we hide. One wants to hide his soul in order to show his best side. If you're not a bully on the own no good side. Imagine one case. Imagine you stand by a train station, by an evil train, soon to be separated from someone you're starting to love. That's moving away to the other side of Earth without any chance of communication, no mailing, no electrical communication. The only possibility is figuring out how to make a call with a potato. So you don't know if the person loves you back, and you stand there looking one another in the eyes for a long time in silence, thinking strongly focused on what you want to say, like nothing longer matters except that. Thinking, I love you, please stay, I love you, do you love me? What do? I fear you make no sense and ramble something like, noodles are really long. That becomes your last words. When flirting, there's a manipulating opera singer in one who tries to make up lousy apologies, scaring you from flirting. And fear makes you believe in lies, so the opera singer can say something like, your personality is so bad that socializing with you is considered torture. So according to the UN's human rights, you officially have the wrong personality. Sometimes it feels like that. Everyone gets love except me. Remember, however, that it doesn't matter what you have, it's what you can give that's valued. When flirting, you're afraid to be badly judged. Still, in general, people are very kind and understanding. Flirting is certainly a competition, but people will not judge the attempt by holding up a sign with points. At the same time, there's not really a horror movie scenario to worry about. Not like it's gonna be like you meet a girl one evening, you talk with her, you have fun, eventually you walk with her along somewhere, and eventually a full moon comes out, and a second later she turns into a werewolf and attacks you. A werewolf is something you do not want to wake up in bed with. But if you're only lonely enough, you take anything that can love you. Even just one evening. The problem is then you're alone again. If you're real unlucky when you wake up, the flirt has also stolen one of your kidneys. Men do everything for women. Women do not do everything for men, as we men are suffering from constantly in our misery. Becoming who you are is always difficult. Not even a GPS can show you the way. Because we usually choose the expected. Many men remain in a desperate need to be the expected macho. It's very important to fish girls in so they can confirm your masculinity. Therefore, men do everything for girls. For example, you meet a girl at the club. You talk with her, laugh with her, the possibility is noticed. Then she says she's going out to smoke. She asks if you're coming along. And you go along, pretend you have smoked for an eternity. Pretend you love every breath, even if you have an asthma attack. I remember when I was 12 and ugly, and started thinking about my sexual orientation. Unmotivated, you get panic when you think you might be gay. Gays are not monsters. When you say someone is in the closet, you don't mean they're homosexual goat-horned monsters hiding in wardrobes. The insecurity is because you're going to be independent and you're leaving the safe wharf that to believe as a kid was everything you need to do, but that you now have to know heading out of the bay. When you think about your sexuality, there are so little things that can make you worried. You can think something like, I saw this girl and thought she had nice shoes. I looked more at her shoes than her tits. I must be gay. Like everything can be a test that shows you're gay. You get panic when you think you're different. Being different isn't bad necessarily, it's everything good was once considered different. Being different is like the greatest horror you know. You can realize you're heterosexual, be in an accident and get promptly in a wheelchair when you're 15, and think, well, at least the accident didn't turn me gay. There are too many love songs. Most songs you hear, most popular songs you hear are almost always about someone suffering from unhappy love.
Don't love me like you do.
What is love? All you need is love.
Shut up. It's enough now. The theme is so overused that everything is tired of it. If fishers hear love songs, they deliberately jump into boats and collectively commit suicide. Everything we experience are feelings. Even apathy is a feeling. Feelings create our consciousness. People are feelings. Like euphoria is a plumber. That's why it's so hard when you're unlucky in love, because it's like the one's feelings are not considered important. Which is like the one you are isn't considered to be good enough for someone you care about. Imagine this. You fall in love with a girl that you usually see. You think you have to talk to her. You build up courage for it for a few days, so much you have an internal earthquake. Then one day, you go up to her, you open up, nervous as an alcohol poison at a driving test. You give her a glass heart as a gift, you talk with her, eventually ask for a number, and then she says, "No, sorry, I'm lesbian." So not only is she not interested, but she never will be. Even after a million years. The girl goes away and you're left standing carrying 2 tons of sadness. She throws your heart in a garbage can, it breaks, ends up next to old chewing gum and snot paper. That's what becomes out of your heart. Throwing an eye on her back, you say to yourself, you could just said you had a boyfriend. Justice don't exist. Some get mental problems when they're going to have kids. I have a theory. Once you realize that monogamy is a definite future, it's clear as day that you get a postpartum psychosis. You get tired of something because it becomes too predictable. The solution is a partner that shocks one sometimes. Generally speaking, a relationship with a serial killer is the most sustainable one. So But you want eternal love, but you don't want it if you get tired of it. So you need lobotomy so you forget constantly and cannot get bored. So in order to have eternal love, you get lobotomy and you have to forget about other things as a result, like where you live or who your partner is. People marry so superficially nowadays. It should be when you marry someone that you will love and to cherish till death us do part. But the marriage vows may rather be to love and cherish till I meet someone with better teeth. Even if the person only got one of them. People are picked like their phones. You think in the same way, you either choose the one that's most popular or you choose the one that's most useful to you. So you meet a new one, you divorce. The fact that you once loved each other isn't that important. Your wardrobe and your partner is updated to the beta version. You find a new partner from Hungary who will be delivered in a banana box on the mail. The Hungarian becomes a new parent to kids, which makes the children cry for weeks because the safety of a complete family is gone. Then, when the children stop crying, you sell them as slaves and finance your honeymoon with the new one. Children exist for their parents anyway. If you want to sell them, it's understandable, I think, to all parents and to all us who doesn't want to grow up to that boring, stereotypical parent. If we who are anti-stereotype would get kids, the first steps would be with a bag on the run. We all want to be loved. In order to be loved, one has to show love. The problem you have to live with is the risk of getting hurt when showing your artery of weakness. Love is like bungee jump. If it goes well, it can be a great experience. Otherwise, it can really hurt.